Why does my nose always run when I've just put makeup on? I don't understand it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name's Lucy, welcome to my channel. So today I have been umming and erring about bringing this on my channel for ages. Like, I know obviously I haven't really been on YouTube for that long, but it's always been something that I wanted to bring up and talk about and share to you guys, because I feel like it's important for you to know. I want you to know more about me and to feel more kind of, have a bit more understanding of like my background and me as a person. And yeah, I just think it's important because I feel confident enough to speak about this on camera and to share with the world. The account I use for kind of polls, Q&As, suggestions for videos is Glam and Glow by Lucy, which is via Instagram, Facebook and soon to be Twitter. If you haven't already, go check it out. And I got really stuck this week as to what to upload, because I'm trying really hard to upload 2, if not 3 times a week now, because while we're in this situation, there's not, you know, why not push myself to upload as much as I possibly can. I'm playing with this because I feel nervous. I put up a little questionnaire on Glam and Glow to say what would you guys like to see on my channel. I feel like I'm kind of getting that variety out there at the moment, and I've kind of come to a halt, which is not great. And it is obviously difficult when the only things you can do are in your home or your garden or somewhere to exercise, and I feel like I don't want to bore you with the same sort of things every single week. So about 20 people commented in the kind of description box thing saying they liked story times, and I thought, wow, I have got a lot of juicy goss that I could release onto YouTube. I didn't really want to do a get to know me tag because I wanted to make it a bit more interesting for you guys. I wanted to kind of give you more of a factual background of me, but kind of specifically looking at one thing. So that is why I've gone with story time today, but story time on a personal level, with what like I'm kind of about and who I am, if that makes sense. God, that is so cringy. So I have got some Johnson's baby wipes. Shout out to Johnson's. Because I want to talk about my cleft lip, my scar, which is on my face. Obviously, cleft lip, you know what I'm saying. I have got the actual definition, even though I know what it is, it's almost a bit long to kind of list off my head, if that makes sense. So a cleft is a gap or split in the upper lip and the roof of your mouth, which is obviously your palate. It is present from birth, so basically it can be identified from a scan. I think my mum found out I had a cleft quite late on, I think. I should have really asked her that before I started this video. But I just thought, no, I don't want anyone else to kind of get involved. I want it to be my account of my experiences, my outlook on it, my opinion on it, etc, etc. When a baby's born, there's a gap there because, in summary, the human face, baby face, hasn't been formed properly. Like during the development stages of that baby growing in the womb. So when the baby's born, I'll kind of insert a little photo here of what I looked like when I was born. And there was basically just a gap here, like along these 2 sides. Obviously, when this kind of goes on, I think it's going to flip. So it might be this side. I don't really know. But yeah, so that's basically what it is as a whole, as a definition. And I think that it's one of those things that it's actually really rare. Like, off the top of my head, I don't know anyone close to me or in our family or in our friendship groups or in our family friend groups that have or know anybody that have a cleft. It's a very different, I wouldn't say different, but it's it's something you don't really see every day. Now, a lot of people have told me from like a really young age, oh my God, Luce, like you can never see it, like you can't see it, like I've never even noticed it. And it's like, okay, like thanks. It's one of the things you just think, well, you can because it's on my face. I've always kind of thought, oh, well, I can see it. Like if I can see it and I can notice it in the mirror, then obviously everyone else can. Do you know what I mean? Growing up, I have always been very self-conscious over it. Believe it or not, I come across via my social platforms, confident, don't give a care in the world about it, turn up to appointments to my clients' houses and friends' houses with no makeup on. I think to myself, oh, who cares? Like, it's me. Like, but inside it is such a big thing. Like, from such a young age, I've always kind of looked at it and thought, none of my friends have that. Like, what is it? Like, it just looks a bit weird kind of thing. And like I said before, so many people said to me, oh, Luce, like, you really don't see it. Like, when I first met you, I didn't even notice it. And it's like, that for me is obviously lovely, knowing that my friends think that it's not noticeable. When you see yourself in the mirror every single day, the first thing you look at is what I always think what you don't like about yourself, or what is noticeable, or say if you've got a spot, or you've got like a mark, or anything that you're not 100% confident or comfortable with, you're going to immediately look at that kind of, okay, thank you very much, back in the room. So my camera just decided, oh, you're out of memory. I would always like wake up in the morning, I still do, and look, that's the first thing I see, because obviously you look in the mirror and you think, that looks great, that looks fantastic. When obviously it's like one of the biggest things I think about and look at every single day. Throwing it back to when Lucy Victoria was born. Okay, 26th of March 1999, get it in your calendars. My beautiful mum gave birth to me, obviously, at the Royal Bournemouth Hospital. I feel like these details are needed because it gets me in the rhythm of doing the story. And I was born with a cleft. So obviously I came out the womb and my lip was open. I think my mum and dad were a bit like, okay, like they kind of knew what it was. They'd had kind of information about it. They'd been to classes. They'd spoken to people that had clefts. One of the midwives that delivered me on training had a cleft. She was like, I need to see your baby. Like, she's the same as me. Talking from experience, I think they were really, any parent's gonna be worried that when, you know, you go to a scan and say, oh, something doesn't look quite right, like you're gonna panic, you're gonna instantly think, oh my goodness, like what's wrong with my baby? I can only imagine that because that's what my mum's told me. And they were really, really worried. But I think they kind of were prepared. Like when they were told, they were taken aback by it. Obviously any parent would be, I can imagine. But they kind of prepared themselves for what they were gonna see. I say that like it's going to be horrendous, but they didn't think that, obviously. They thought I was the most beautiful kid in the world. Who wouldn't? I have a unilateral cleft, which is one single side. You can get bilateral, which is two, and you can also get a cleft palate, which is the top bit of your mouth, and that gets affected. And if that's kind of involved within the cleft, that affects your speech. It can affect your speech. I was really lucky. Like, I make out as if I've been through such a tough journey, like I haven't. But I think it's important you guys know like what's kind of happened or has happened in my life. They were like really concerned that so many things would be affected, which they haven't done. Like I'm sat here today thinking I've bossed it, like I'm the top of the top. No, I really don't think that. So yeah, so I was born, I was delivered fine, like I was healthy, I was happy. That was like the obviously most important thing to my mum, like, and my dad, that I was healthy and safe and fine and well and all that sort of stuff. And it wasn't long before I had my first like major operation, which was, off the top of my head, like, I want to say it was like 6 months after I was born, but I don't know, I can't give that exact figure. Great story time, isn't it? Great story time. I don't even know the facts. And it's about myself. I just thought like, I'll try and piece it together the way I remember it. Now, I know that's really kind of vague. Obviously, you don't remember much as a baby, but things like operations and big significant things that happen in your life, you're gonna remember that. I don't know, like, do you guys get what I mean? Like, there's certain things about your childhood you'll always remember. It's like little inklings or kind of vivid kind of images, or like I don't know, like when someone speaks, it brings back memories. that's just how I am. I don't know if anyone can relate. I think like 5-6 months after I was born, might have been sooner, I don't know. I had my first major operation, which is when they kind of secured / stitched / mended my lips back together. So obviously I told you a minute ago that my lips were split. My lip was split, sorry, my lips. My lip was split. So they basically just, I went under the knife, put to sleep, and had this kind of, if I come a bit closer to the camera, I had this bit here. This was all open, and this bit kind of got stitched together, so that's where my scarring is there. It sounds so weird, like, I feel like I can get emotional in it because I don't know, I've never like really openly spoken about it, and I think, I don't even know why I'm crying, it's like the most stupidest thing. With everything that's kind of happened like over my life, like I just said, I feel like I've been through like the wars, and I haven't. It's just such a personal thing. God, what is wrong with me? I've like never cried over this sort of stuff. It's so weird. Right, now to get the Johnson's wet wipes. I feel like this is a convenient time. No, the only reason I get so emotional about it is because I've never been open about it. I've never really sat down with anybody or had the chance to speak to anybody about like the real kind of, I'm gonna be, by the way, I'm gonna be taking off my makeup because I want to show you guys how, not different, it's not the right word, but how kind of, I never use makeup to cover up my scar, just that's not why I do it. I kind of, oh fucking hell, what the fuck is wrong with me? Jeez Louise. I've never kind of like used makeup to cover up my scar. Like I've never done it for that. I've always been so interested in art, and I've never been good at art, don't get me wrong. I didn't take art as a GCSE, I didn't take art as A-level. I just kind of, I've always been so interested and so fascinated by how makeup can kind of make you feel so good about yourself and so kind of confident enough to take on the world, and I really believe that. I use it to express my enjoyment over the power of makeup and the amazing kind of, it gives you a really good feeling, like when you look in the mirror you think, oh my god, like I feel so good, like I look good, I feel good. Like why would you not want to feel that? Do you know what I mean? So like before the hate starts coming in, I don't use makeup to cover up my scar. Like everyone who knows me or knows me really well will know that I don't care who sees it, I don't care who knows about it, I don't care if you see me in the street and think, oh my god, what's that on her face? Like I don't care about that sort of stuff. 99.9% of the time I'll just go out of town with no makeup on. Like I'll go to uni with no makeup on, I'll obviously be around the house with no makeup on, like I'll go to clients' houses with no makeup on. Like it's not a big deal to me. Like I just do makeup because I enjoy it so much, and I just love improving on skills and learning from other people and like understanding that makeup is such a good thing. Like it's not used just to cover up insecurities, you know? So moving on with the whole kind of operation side of it, I had the operation, like I said, when I was a baby. My mum and dad were absolutely incredible. Like they were just obviously amazing. Like they're the most loving, caring people in the world. They've like just been insane about my decisions in life and my kind of outlook on it. Like they've literally been my counsellors through some really tough times. Primary school for me was a breeze. Like primary school was an absolute breeze for me. I had the most amazing friends. Shout out to Emily, Clarice, my two main gals. Literally best friends since like reception, and they were just amazing. Like I did nursery with Clarice, and it was just fab, yeah. So she kind of like knew me from the get-go, from day one. So she never, I don't actually think she ever asked me. Like I don't think she ever said to me, Luce, what's that on your face? Like Luce, what is that? What's that scar? Like I've never kind of, she never asked me. And then obviously met Emily, who's just amazing. I went to the surnames obviously because that's just a bit weird. I never struggled in primary school. I was really confident as a child. Like just was absolutely fine really. Like never really kind of thought anything of it. I just kind of got on with my life. Just did primary school, did that, was fine. And I just thought, do you know what, this isn't that bad. And obviously for like kids will be kids, do you know what I mean? Like, kids will obviously ask if something's on your face or there's something a bit different to what they have, or something that's taken them by surprise. Their natural reaction is just to ask you when there's like no malicious intent. They just don't understand and they don't know. So I was always like proud, like as in primary school I was so proud, like to say, yeah, this is my scar, this is my face, like ask me anything you want. And as a kid, like I had such a tough layer of skin, and that's so, and some people think no you don't, like you were in primary school, like for God's sake, like come on. But I think it's true, like I was so confident as a child, and like to some degree I am now, but I just didn't care. I didn't care from reception to year 6, I didn't care about what people thought of me. And it was like, it just didn't affect me at all. Like it really didn't affect me. And then it got worse, obviously, as the years went on, with kind of people just not thinking before they went and said a comment or they asked a question. And it was kind of year 7 that I started to become very self-conscious with like how I looked. And again, I had really good friends in year 7, I was really happy. And it kind of started from just people questioning more. And because I'd never had that before, and I'd never had people say to me, what's that on your face? Or is that a scar? Like, I don't get it. Like, it was, like I said, it was because it took me off guard. And like, as you just seen, I get so emotional and so like, kind of, you know, it just builds up and you think, oh my God, like I don't know what to say. I don't know how to react to this. Like, it just completely threw me off guard. The first comment that hit me the hardest, I could just remember it like so well, and it's so stupid. Like I said, this was like flipping years ago now, and I don't even care. Like I really don't. It's just, I've never openly spoken about it the way I am doing now. And it is hard, it's really hard to like kind of come to terms with like the stuff I've had to listen to, I had to kind of get over. Like, I feel like this video is going to be so long, but it won't be. I'll kind of brief it in a nutshell. And I promise I'll stop crying at some point. I just don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, so I got called Scarface, and this kid, like literally, it was the stupidest thing. Like, it was in year 7, so it's, like I said, ages ago. We all sat there, and like we were all laughing away, like it was a joke, like it was literally over a joke, over something, like the whole class was laughing. And this kid turns around to me and he goes, what are you laughing at, Scarface? And I was like, holy, did I deserve that? No. So my natural reaction was to sit there and go, ah, and just strain my eyes out, and all my friends are like everyone's faces were like this. The whole room, like this is no word of a lie, the whole room went silent. The entire room went silent. And I'm just sat there and I'm thinking, this is before I cried, I was like, did that just happen? Like, and to some people this might be really over-exaggerated, like me over-exaggerating, me being really dramatic, but how old was I, 12? 11 or 12? For a 12-year-old to have that thrown at their face, I was like, okay then, like that's a little bit weird. So I kind of got over it in my own time, obviously, and just thought, well, that's boys being boys, kids being kids. My mum always said to me, like, don't worry about it, Luz, like, that's, you know, it's horrible, but like you'll be fine, like kind of thing. Like, she was so kind of brush it under the carpet, we don't need to make a scene of it, which to this day I still will kind of stand by, like her doing that, because it made me stronger, made me kind of thicker to know that I can't change the way I look, I can't change who I am, so why not just embrace it? Do you know what I mean? Like, she just was kind of like, yeah, he's an arsehole for saying that, but at the same time, everyone who knows you're beautiful, like just drop it. So I was a bit like, okay, cool, whatever. So I went to primary school, and then I went to middle school, and then I went to secondary school. So I've done quite a lot of moving, just obviously for how the kind of the school systems were going. So I've been to 4 different schools in my life. And then I went to the secondary school, and again, wasn't that bad. My secondary school, I didn't really have a great solid group of friends. I was always kind of like a one friend kind of gal. Like, I always had like one special friend that kind of I'd stick with 24/7. And being the way I am, I attach to people very quickly, and I've learned to not do that anymore. because you can't depend on one person for the rest of your life, really. Like, do you know what I mean? At that age, I mean, in the sense of that age. Like, the school I went to, like, was all right. Like, it was okay. But then, like, year 8, year 9, you get, like, you get, like, typical group of people that just find it funny to just make comments. And I kind of got to a point where it was just, I was just numb to it. Like, as bad as that sounds, I was just numb to it. Like, I didn't really care. And it just kind of got to a point where, like, it was just the same comment, like, all the time. Like, what's that on your face? Like, what is that? Like, is that a scar? Like, why have you got that? Were you born with it? Why does it look like that? I just kind of got to the point where I was just like, I just went, it's a scar! That's what I kind of took from, like, year 7 all the way through to now. I've always said, well, obviously apart from, like, my family, apart from my closest friends' family, people that I really trust. Not that even I trust, it's just quicker to say it's a scar. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look anything else than a scar. So why not say it's a scar? It was after those kind of comments, like, but kind of throwing it back, where I was just like, well, there's something clearly not right about me. Like, people are clearly noticing it so much that I just think, what, like, it doesn't look right. So at the age of, like, 11, I went under my second operation. I've only had 2 operations, but they've been quite big ones. And the second operation was at Pool Hospital. And basically what they did is they took the muscle, I'll kind of show you here, they took the muscle out of here, and they removed it and they pulled it down. So when you kind of do like a pout, this was kind of pulled down, and before I had the operation, my lip was like it's not really good representation. So they did an amazing job. I was so happy. Mum and Dad were like, you've done the right thing. Like, do you feel good about it? And I was just like, well, they asked me that when I was like lying in the hospital bed with like all this scarring on my mouth, and I was like, I can't really see it, but okay. It took, oh my God, it took weeks for the scarring to go down. Like, it was done in the summer, so I had the recovery time and didn't have to miss any school. But it was just, it was just tedious. Like, and again, if people who watch this who knows the experience I went through, they'll be like, no, it wasn't, no, it wasn't. It was. Like, it really was. Like, basically, when they finished the operation, obviously, all of my actual scar was kind of like bulked up. So it was basically a bloody scar. And when I kind of got discharged out of hospital, strict instructions of how to clean it and how to keep it maintained and what to do next and what to expect next. And the cleaning process, guys, oh my God, just imagine, right, the typical quote, you've got a cut wound and you go in the sea or you pour vodka on it. Not that I'm saying for you to do that or have experienced that, but that's the pain that it was on my mouth, where that is just, your face is just, it burnt like mad. Like, the amount of like arguments and storming off I'd have with my mum and dad, who were like, come on, we need to clean it. And I was like, no, I don't want you to. And then eventually after like 2 weeks, I think it was 2.5 weeks, all of that went down, and then it kind of was just left with like kind of blue stitches. That some of them would dissolve and then some of them would need to be taken out through an operation again. So that time passed, I went back into hospital to have the stitches removed, and I felt great. I was like, damn, like, she is looking good. You're so young in hospital, you just don't, I don't know, you just kind of, like, I was more excited to have my juice box at the end of the operation and a cookie. Like, nothing really was going through my head in the fact of, what do I look like, blah, blah, blah. Like, obviously I was concerned about what I looked like, but that wasn't my main priority. As I just said, juice boxes was the priority. And then I haven't had any surgery since. Having thoughts about it again now, because I feel like I've got to an age of 21 where my face is now fully developed. Nothing I don't really think is going to change apart from getting the odd wrinkle McWrinkle. So another section I want to briefly touch upon that I've kind of faced in my life is relationships. And again, some people may think, why are you worried about relationships? Like, what the fuck? This is something on my face, and this is something that the minute you meet me or you meet someone else or you go and have a conversation, without you realising, say, okay, without you realising, you automatically look at people's facial features. You do. You look at, for me, because I'm a makeup artist, I look at people's brows. Hold my hands up. It's nothing bad. It's not, you know, it's not anything special. You look at people's faces. You look at how they talk. You look at their kind of mannerisms. You look at how what their facial expressions are doing when you're talking to them. And so many people in my life have literally met me for the first time, and as I'm talking, right, they will do this. And I've had to, on so many occasions, do this, or to make them come from here to here, to have the politeness and engagement of actually looking in my eyes without going. As I grew up, I was like, oh my God, I'm so worried that I'm gonna be a boy and they're gonna hate me and they're gonna think I'm really weird and they're not gonna like appreciate me and they're gonna think, oh my God, she's ugly. And again, I've had comments from boys like in the past that will kind of, I've never had like never had horrendous comments said to my face. It's all been like either online or behind my back, that kind of thing. Like I've never had, the only comment from a boy was the scar face. Can I just make that clear? I've had comments from girls, obviously, girls will be girls. The majority of the comments I've had from boys in the past have been online. And one in particular really stands out to me. I actually laugh about it now because I just think like, wow, like where did you get that from? The flipping Urban Dictionary. Like, I was 16 and we were talking and, you know, he messaged me one day and he said, why does your face look like a pug? Like, why does your mouth look like a dog's mouth? What? Pug? Pug? A pug? A bloody pug? Now, to be fair, some people may look at me like, oh my God, I see where he's coming from. I actually really like pugs. I think they're really bloody cute. I read the message, I was like, okay, block, delete, see you later. That's when I came home to my mum, I was like, Mum, this boy just said that my mouth and face looks like a pug, like a dog. She was like, really? Really? I was like, yeah, like I don't, what? And then I obviously got really upset and it's just stuck out to me for ages. I just think, why? I took the big leap of faith to go to university and I thought, okay, great, meet some new people. I started to really enjoy it at that time, at the age of 17, 18, makeup, and I used to kind of practice all the time myself before I even thought about doing it on other people. I became really confident and I thought, right, I'm gonna go to uni, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be away from home, I'm gonna meet new people, I'm gonna kind of really become independent and become my own person. So I came to uni, absolutely loved it, and then literally 2 months into joining uni, I met Stan. Shout out to you, Stan. And again, like literally, never asked. Never ever asked. I was a bit like, I feel like that question's gonna be coming soon. Like what's that? The common question in my life is, what's happened to your lip? That is the common denominator that people are like, what's happened to your lip? 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 And he never said it. He never said it. He never brought up. Never even brought up. So we were at a restaurant once, I don't know, like a month into dating, and he thought it was funny to film me while I was eating. I was a bit like, all right, sis, you do you, that's fine. And then he played it back to me and he was like, oh, like this is banter. And I was like, yeah, really funny. I was watching it back and all I could focus on was my bloody scar. And I was just like, I just went, do you know what happened to my lip? He went, no. I was like, no, you're not in trouble. I was like, do you know what it is? And he was like, no, I just thought it was a scar. And then, guys, that's when I knew he was the one. I didn't feel anything. Like, I just sat there and was like, oh, I've literally got a cleft. Like, I don't know if you know that. Don't know if you know what that is. He was like, oh, no, I've heard of that. And that was it. That was literally it. And I don't think I've ever really spoken about it for, like, ages, apart from saying to him, like, oh, I feel like my scar looks really prominent today. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, you're beautiful. Like, it's fine. And, like, he's always been so supportive of everything I've ever spoken about. My kind of wake up in the middle of the night and saying, oh my God, I want to change this and this and this and this and this. And he's like, no, you're fine. You look gorgeous. Like, you're fine. Like, stop it. And it's like that when I've been in such a supportive, I've had such a supportive kind of upbringing and had people around me that just love me for me, that I just think, what else do I need? Do you know what I mean? I don't need to keep changing things about myself. So I know this has been a long ass video, and to be honest, this has almost been something for me to kind of get off my chest, get onto YouTube, get onto social media and say to people, like I said before, you do what makes you happy. You do you, okay, at the end of the day. You are your own person. You are you. No one else is you. This is cringy. I understand that. But at the same time, it's not. It's life. It's how you are. And I think that, I hope that this will get out to young people that are like not struggling with themselves, but mainly kids with clefts that feel like, oh, I can't go and do that like show, or I can't go and audition for that, or I can't get into that, or oh no, I'd look stupid doing that, or I can't do makeup. Or you can do whatever you want. And I think that the world is your oyster, and I will stay true to that. I'll always believe that. And people can say what they want. Like, people can say what they want. Yeah, I have just cried in the last 40 minutes of this video, beside the point. But I have got a thick skin. I've got a thick skin when it comes to shit like this. Like, if you want to say a rude comment, or you want to ask me a question that is rude, that's fine. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. That is what I've learned through all these years up to now, that you will get there. You will get to where you want to be without anyone tearing you down or saying you're not good enough or saying you don't look right. You will get there, you know? So if one thing from this video, I want you all to feel like, if you want to get into makeup tomorrow, you want to go dye your hair purple tomorrow, fucking do it. Bloody do it, okay? I feel so passionate about this, and I've got so many things in my head that I want to achieve over the next couple of years, and this is going to be one of them. This is going to be one of them, to make sure that so many people out there realise that you can do whatever you want to do. And I've said that like 5 times, but I'm going to say it again. You do you, okay? You do you. I just feel like the main thing I've taken from my experience so far, it sounds like it's like been and gone. No sis, it's still on your face. Is you can't change yourself. Like, you can't, like, yes, you can have surgery, you can have you know, you can go and have operations, you do whatever you want to do. And I feel like so many people, especially girls, I'm not being sexist, I feel like girls are in social media, and I know it's the most cliche thing, but within social media, we are so pressured. We are so damn pressured to look a certain way, and we get criticised if we don't look the right way. And then you go and get something done, and then you're slammed for getting something done, and you're classed as fake, you're classed as, you know, like, you're not real, like, nothing of you is real. Like, you cannot win. So making sure that you're happy in yourself. If you want to wear loads of makeup, do it. If you want to wear really bright colours with your clothes, do it. If you want to dye your hair purple, do it. Like, it's 2020. Do you know what I mean? We're in this horrendous situation with coronavirus, and I feel like, if anything, if you want to go and shave your eyebrows off, go and shave your bloody eyebrows off. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them things that I just think, just do it. Just do what you want to do. And so many ideas have gone around my head of like what I want to change and how I want to look. And I just think, nah, Luce, like, give it up. Just leave it. Like, I've got the most supportive family. Check. I've got an incredible boyfriend. Check. I've got a fantastic group of friends who love, support and care for me. Bloody check. And I've got all of you guys that come here and watch my videos and haven't made one comment, nothing. I just think, if you're not happy with that, for myself, if I'm not happy with that, then I'm never gonna be happy. So being happy in your own skin is so important. So doing what makes you happy, do it. Do what makes you happy, and I think that is so important. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to come on and say. Like, this is obviously a big topic that not many people talk about. I feel like this is a fresh topic for me to bring to YouTube, and I think that, like, it's good to talk about it. It's good to, this is huge. Like, this is huge, talking about this stuff. And again, Some people won't relate, some people will, and that's okay. Like, I thought coming on here and saying that will, to me it's so important that everyone realises that, like, you can do anything, like literally anything. This has been a big video for me, and I just want to thank you all for watching. If this gets to a couple of views, then that's fine. I feel like it's been good for me, and it's been helpful to me. So thank you all so much for watching. It means the world to have every single view and subscriber. If you haven't already, click subscribe. And I promise next time I won't cry. If you've got any more questions on like this sort of thing, like just drop me a message or visit my social media pages, which I'll list down below. I just want this to be a positive video. I don't want this to be negative. I don't want to, you know, whatever. But yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching again, and keep safe and stay home. Bye.